I'm Carl.
And I'm Viv.
And we're here in Bermondsey in South London, and we're part of Haddon Hall Baptist Church.
Bermondsey is in the heart of London. It's near Tower Bridge. There are about 88,000 people that live here in Bermondsey, a whole mixture of cultures, a whole mixture of groups.
Lots of housing, lots of condensed population living very closely together. We're part of the borough of Southwark, so Southwark has about 280,000 people, and here we are in one of the estates in Bermondsey called the Arnold Estate. Okay, so we've been here for about 13 years in Bermondsey, and we've been leading the Baptist Church here, and we've been thinking about what would God's kingdom look like locally. The start of the process was really to think, how could that happen here with 88,000 people? And so beginning to pray and beginning to ask Lord, what can we do here?
Yeah, so through focused prayer, through prayer walks, through just seeking God's guidance and where He's calling us to come, or where He's wanting us to be, where He's wanting us to start.
I guess one of the first uncomfortable things to realise was that we're not going to reach all of these people here by just doing church in the same way that we've been doing it on a Sunday with a group of about 60 to 70 people. It's just not going to work. Even if we invited as many people as we could to church, would only still make a few hundred. So we've got to think of a much bigger idea of how we're going to actually reach these people on the estates. How's the kingdom going to work here? What's the kingdom going to look like locally here? Church has a very traditional way of looking at things, which is an attractional model. So we invite people to church, we invite people to meetings, and we take people out of their situation, their family, their network, their social network, their culture, and we bring them along to a meeting or a gathering of Christians. And what we began to do is to think missionally.
Church is great on a Sunday, and it's a great little community. It's great for people to come together. It's great for people to meet with friends and like-minded people. But deep down, I don't know whether you can identify with this, but some of us have always felt actually there's got to be more than this, than just coming on a Sunday, having a great time, listening to the message, responding to the message or not. But there's got to be more than this. What is it that God's calling me to do? What is it that God wants me to do?
As we began to explore some of these ideas and some of these thoughts, you can feel a little bit isolated, and so we started to think, well, are there other people out there that began to explore some of these things? There's all different sorts of terms for this: mission, missional church, organic church, simple church, whatever, community church. And so we began to kind of put feelers out. I had a sabbatical, I visited a few places, and we began to think, are there other people out there that are kind of on this journey? Are they thinking about these things? Are there people that have got skills and abilities? And we had contact with New Forms, and Peter Farmer and Ben came along, and they came to share some of the stories and just to kind of give us a taste of these kind of ideas about how to multiply and how to make disciples and how to begin to think in different ways. And so they came along and they helped us, and we did some initial level 1 training in disciple making, and we got some people really beginning to put some of these things into practice and start the whole ball rolling, start the whole helping us to change our paradigm shifts and all these kind of things.
This led up to a time last August gone, where we had a mission week where Ben, Tom and Peter and Cyrita came down and trained us for mission. And so in the morning we had time where we actually learnt about it, we looked at scriptures, we looked at what it actually meant, asked the questions, what does this mean for us? And in the afternoon we actually went out and did it, and that was a really exciting challenge. And I think at the end of it was about 10 days. At the end of the 10 days I felt that it really raise the belief levels of our group, and about 14 of us did it. It was challenging. Some people struggled with various different areas of it, but what was exciting was to see that people didn't just see it as a challenge and then rebelled against it, but they actually put something into practice. They went away, they prayed about it, and came the next day feeling, actually, yes, I understand what you mean by this, or I want to go forward, I want to continue following Jesus. And that was really exciting. And to see this group of 14 people now on a mission, really, pioneers ready to go out and are going out. The same prayer that Paul prayed for the Israelites is that I would like to see all of Bermondsey saved for Jesus.
I want to see a movement of disciples that change and bring about change and transformation, not just in Bermondsey but in Southwark, in London and throughout the whole of the UK.